Elder Master Garry Mullins was a remarkable person. He was my Shaolin uncle with regards to martial arts training, and he was one of my most favorite people to be around. Master Mullins, he was one of the most charismatic people who I've ever had the pleasure and opportunity to meet and really, really get to know. I want to thank him for all the motivation that he provided, not only for me, but also for so many others.
That the wind blows, you look for someone to follow. I know it's a struggle. I know it's a struggle. Just breathe.
When you are in a career or doing something repetitively, at some point we tend to lose our edge and or enthusiasm. Whenever that happened to me as a younger martial artist, I always seemed to arrive at an event or go to see Master Mullins, and you know what? All would be well. I might have been down or uncertain. He just had a way of saying things with that big grin on his face that made everything seem all right. With regards to martial arts, I don't know if I ever saw a better, complete martial artist than Elder Master Mullins. He literally can perform any form, handle any weapon. Doesn't matter whether it's external or internal, he can perform it at a truly high level. I'm not just talking about physical movements, I'm also talking about internal components. He could spar, he could fight, and that to me made him a complete martial artist who could perform at the highest level across the broad spectrum of things that we do. His movement pattern and his expression of his soul was truly one of a kind. He had some God-given talents. God gave him great hips and flexibility, but you know what? He worked it, he trained it, he maximized those tremendous gifts that he'd been given. I know very, very few people who have trained as consistently as he did, as relentlessly as he did, and even fewer who could bring their art to, have it flow through them, be alive in the manner that he could do it. I can tell you right now, for me, I would watch him train, I'd watch him perform, and then I'd return to Atlanta energized and ready to move forward. So a true blessing he was for the martial arts community. I am thankful for the special interest that my Shaolin Uncle took in me. Master Mullins shared with me Shaolin history and his experiences both here in the United States and abroad as we travel. He shared his thoughts with me regarding martial arts philosophy and living philosophy, and he encouraged me most of all to just be myself. He taught me not to worry about the criticism of others, but just be true to yourself and who you are. I can still see him standing in front of me right now and saying, Mike, it's only important that you know what you do as a man and as a martial artist and why you do it. That's all that matters. And this for me is a lesson that I shall forever cherish because it's probably one of the most important things that any of us can take. Be who we are. Know why you do what you do. But don't worry about the criticism of others. Just make sure that you do what you do as well as you can do it and express it. Beautiful, beautiful lesson. Thank you, Master Mullins.
I'm 8th degree Elder Master Garry Mullins in the art of Shaolin Kung Fu. I teach in Johnson City, Tennessee, where we reside over a few schools, enjoying the art that's been handed down for the last 1,600 years. I've had the pleasure of training both my two sons, Associate Master Mike Mullins and Associate Master Kevin Mullins. They're going to help us today in developing the theory that goes with the forms, the techniques that can be derived from the forms, the training that'll help to aid in the development of Drunken style Kung Fu, and see if we can get you an understanding of how things are going to occur, starting with basic levels and then advancing into more advanced technique of how Shaolin Kung Fu's Drunken style has emerged throughout the centuries. Even though we're not teaching the forms, I think from this video you're going to be able to acquire attributes that are going to help you in any martial art that you're going to practice.
Master Mullins has probably got a few stories and some favorite experiences and so forth. For me, one of my favorite memories of Master Mullins took place in Lexington, Kentucky, where our Shaolin system would often have its tournaments. If you go back in time, I'm moving up through the ranks, I'm getting a little bit of rank myself, and you start to be a little concerned about what your uniform looks like, and do you have stripes versus diamonds, and other things that are outside of what it really means to be a martial artist, but they're important in the system and so forth. So here I am, and in our system, you wore stripes on your belt up until you got to fourth and above, you got to wear diamonds. So the big demonstrations about to take place, and I noticed that, hey, there's Master Mullins, he's sitting over there, and of course everybody's waiting on Master Mullins to perform. Now, with that in mind, nobody wanted to perform after Master Mullins, and as time went by, I seemed to always get that dubious honor. But back to my base little stories. I'm looking at Master Mullins, and I see him sitting over there, and I say, Master Mullins, where's your belt and your uniforms? Because he's sitting there in a black uniform with a gi with no stripes or anything on it. And I can see him to this day, he's just looking at me. He just stares back up to me, big smile on his face, and he said, Mike, if they can't tell who I am and what my skill level is without all of that stuff, well, that doesn't really matter. Not only when he said it to me, he was smiling and looking, he was dead serious. And I thought about that for a second, and I just smiled and said, yes, sir. Okay? Now, I've never forgotten that moment. I don't know how many years ago that was. It was a long time ago. But it was a really powerful lesson. And the lesson was quite clear to me then, and it's quite clear to me now. The lessons is substance is what matters. And substance is what matters most. And Master Mullins, I can truly say you are a man of substance, and I appreciate that lesson that I will forever cherish.
Simi is explosive. This was fun. It's just unbelievable fun. It's only about 36 seconds long. There's a lot of stuff crammed in it. What I would like to do is just get as much pushed in there as we can today, and then you're just going to take it and run with it on your own after. Okay. Question. Awesome. But let's push that how we want. This way. 4 punches. From here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Focus here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All come the same. And go. So, from the bow, it's up. Smack, grab, punch. And you go 1. So it was this we're looking for. Smack one. Grab. Punch. That's it. That jaw really slow. Now, gear. Then you rotate this, and then you're already set up for your rotation. Once that release. Okay. Squeeze. Grab that arm. Or this whole grab. Take control of his throat. Grab that. Lock it. Take his throat. You're going to push. Then slide with it. You just create a little space. Hard at the stomach. Come up with that fist. That's what's going to break. There you go. Chase, push, uppercut, side kick, eyes, step and punch with that left. This one goes here. He has big legs. He's going to push his chest forward, push with this hand, and out of the way. This is this one. Where this is check here. Now I got the check. All you got to do is breathe. Take this above the chest, put the elbows out here. Now you have control of this. When you breathe in, you expand the diaphragm, push the elbow out, mark it out. Yeah. Yes. This one's gonna pull right. This one pulls left. And you punch him in the throat. So you want to the sky. So first, right foot, left foot. Right hand goes down, monkey steps, monkey steps. This is here. This is his kick. This is blocking his kick. This is going here. Now, here's your target. That's between you and me. Now, this one is like this, right? Yes. Now, there you go. Sure, I can push more. That's it. Kind of uncomfortable right now. Forward to Reid. Then they punch 6 times. Then punch. You understand? Punch it. Push with your left hand when you step in behind. Now, the second move, step to the side. Hold. All you gotta do is step. There, go away.
Once I get, he's got the weight on my arm. Take his counter.
partner in bad. Have a nice day.
Elder Master Mullins radiated an inspiring spirit. He took time with everyone and was a phenomenal teacher. Now, he wasn't a phenomenal teacher because he knew his X's and O's, okay, what to do, how to do it. He was really, really good at that and great at explanation. He was great because at the end of each lesson, the student who worked with him, which often was me when I got the opportunity, was truly inspired. Why? Because he inspired us through his spirit and through his teaching to be the best that we could possibly be. After training with Master Mullins and spending time with him, you truly left feeling enriched. And not everyone can do that. Thank you, Master Mullins.
Y'all be great. How about a snake? There you go. Everything comes from the leg, generates through the leg. And even the grab, when they grab you, are you here?
Oh, I knew you were.
Yin and yang. Now, we are here, and he grabs his hand. The circle out is the hit. That opening circle is the hit. If we are here, when it circles this way, the strike is straight on. It's just the body's on the floor. Every movement should do something to the outside of your body, the inside, into an opponent. Snake is fun. Thank you.
This gentleman right here, come on there, young fella.
Oh, man.
This gentleman right here is certainly one of the reasons why I still stand in front of you. Because no one inspired me to want to just do martial arts. When you watch this guy move, you watch his ability, and he was often considered in the system we were the best all-around practitioner, i.e. do forms, to fight, to do a lot of different things. Every time I go watch him perform, my heart is just like that. So, very, very skilled. A person who has motivated me. Hell, I saw you over to me doing splits and everything else. You know? So, either way, Elder Master Garry Mullins. Yes, sir. Everything.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mike. I'm just glad he didn't introduce me as the oldest man in the room. Keep it quiet. A few years back, Master Garry had moved to Atlanta. He called me and said, "Hey, why don't you come on down? We're going to do some things in Atlanta." I came down. He said, "I got somebody I want you to meet." Yeah. At 160 pounds, I met him. And I was like, yeah, this is a good guy. He moved. It's unbelievable. Super stupid. Super stupid. Became a great teacher. Unbelievable martial artist. But the biggest asset, a true freak. And I think that's what it's all about. He has led us to bring friends together from all across the country. Different styles. And gosh, in the olden days, we could here, this style, stay there, and we just butted heads all the time. It's like, well, we're going to come over here, you know. And trust me, we have now branched out, and it's just not friends in your style. It is friends all around the world in all styles, which is truly going to just take martial arts to a whole new level. And I think we are very grateful for that aspect of it. And I promise that I won't tell stories on Master Man. Yeah, like when you weigh 145 pounds and you go to spar one day and this mountain of a man hammers you into the ground and you look up and all you can see is an afro. But he did smile and pick me back up. Let's go. In all sincerity, to Master Reid, to all of you, congratulations. We are proud.
Master Mullins, I want to thank you for taking your time, your most valuable resource, and giving of yourself so that I could be a better person and a better martial artist. Now, I want you to know it's difficult, very difficult, for me to wrap my head around the idea that you are no longer with us on this physical, mortal plane. I want you to know that you have always inspired me, and there is some comfort for me knowing that you left here doing what you truly, truly loved and enjoyed. Thank you, sir, for a job well done. Rest in power, rest in love. Forever grateful, your Shaolin nephew, Michael Reid.